Well, this is my first PLO vlog here that I'm doing for the new channel. Um, it was a miserable, rainy session, just like the weather, miserable and rainy. First hand to cover here, I straddle on the button. I have King Queen 10-8 with King High Diamonds. Ian made it $30. We get a call, and I called here on the button. The flop comes a King 10 5. King 10 5 with 2 diamonds. So I have a straight draw, top two, and the King High flush draw. So Ian bets out 25. That screams weak to me. So I turn around and I make it 100 here. It's time to start raising a little bit. And so I make it 100. And he calls. The turn, coming out here, is an offsuit 7. Now Ian bets $100. No, actually, it looks like he checked. I thought he had bet. He checks. I bet 225. Now, I purposely did not bet very big. I could have bet full pot, but I did not because I really wanted him to stick around. I feel like I got him crushed. With this small bet sizing on the flop and the check on the turn, I want him to stick around. I've got him basically crushed. So I bet 225, and he actually calls. Very action player, but honestly, not the. He calls too much. We'll just put it that way. He should not be calling here with what he had, especially with the fact I raised the flop and bet 225 on the turn. I bet smaller again, like I said, to because I want him in there, and I know I got him in bad shape. The river comes out and it's an offsuit 4, and he checks to me, and I put the rest in. What do I got there? Like 400 or so, and I have top two, and he had ace 3. So he basically had aces. Calmed me down with aces. Had the ace of diamonds, but did not have the flush draw. And basically just hit his gutter. He needed an offsuit 4 or an offsuit ace to win. And he hit one of his few outs. That was very tilting. Um, he shouldn't be in there. I really feel like I should have, I don't know. I could have bet bigger to get him to fold on the turn, but honestly, he only had what 2 outs on the flop or 3 outs. No, 2 outs because the ace of diamonds. No, he had the ace of diamonds. So he had 3 outs for the aces plus an offsuit 4. So 3 plus uh, 2. So he had 5 outs. And he hit one of his 5 outs. And yeah, frustrating. So, okay. So next here we have Ace King 10-4, I believe it was. 3 hearts. A little questionable as far as if this is really a raise, considering I had the dangler. And but I did raise it. I had 3 Broadway cards. I am suited to the ace. Look down at the hand. Yep, Ace King 10-4. I get multiple colors, and we get a flop. We get a flop of King 5-6 with 1 heart. Not quite good enough to bet. I do have top pair, but against multiple players, I'm just going to turn around and check this back. The turn was the 10 of hearts, and Ian ended up betting 25 into 100. Now, this is a small bet, and in PLO, that's awfully small. I end up turning top two, of course, with the nut flush draw, with the King 10. So he bets 25 here. We get a caller. And of course, I'm going to bump it up. I raise it up here. I probably should raise more towards pot. I'm just trying to get value. I want him to call and figure I'm in real good shape. But anyway, I should probably look into that, whether or not I should be raising full pot or not. I ended up just raising to 100. He called, and the other player folds. The river ends up being the 2 of clubs. Really doesn't change anything. However, the straight does come in. So if he did by some chance have an open ender, it's possible. So he bets 100 into the river, and I call, and I'm good. Now, again, he bet small. So because he bet so small on the turn, it's kind of a sizing tell, right? And then he bet real small again on the river. feel like I really should have raised here. It seems like if he had written the straight, he would bet more than 100 into how much was it now? 1, 2, 250, 300 or so in the pot. Actually, it's 350 in the pot. And he ended up just betting 100. I feel like I should have raised there just because the bet sizing kind of screams that he's not very strong. So kind of wish I had raised maybe a little bit just to click it up to like 250 and then maybe have him call. He ended up having two pair as well. He had top and bottom. So I definitely could have gotten value. This next hand's nothing too exciting, but I look down at King, King, Queen, Deuce, double suited. Mike raises an early position. I believe it was under the gun or under the gun plus one. Gets a call. And of course, I'm going to three bet with double suited kings. Standard three bet here. Even though Mike doesn't raise very often, I think it's a mandatory three bet. And we get another caller. And the flop comes out. The flop comes out King 7-5 with two spades. And he goes ahead and he bets pot into me. And of course, I have top set here. I'm hoping because he donked into me that he has something like a nut flush draw or ace king with ace king of spades, something along those lines where he has, a top pair plus a nut flush draw. I figure he's got something here. So I end up repotting. I think this is a standard play, hoping to get called by something like spades. But as soon as I pot it, he thinks about it for a while and he folds. And he actually tells me, go back and forth. What did you have? What could you have? What could you have? He told me he had ace, ace, king, actually, with just the ace of spades, but he did not have a nut flush draw. All right, so the next hand here, final hand I'm going to review here today. Ace, jack, 7-5, double suited. Decent hand. We are four-handed, by the way. So I'm going to bump this up. And we get a couple callers here. Flop comes queen of diamonds, six of diamonds, four of clubs. I bet $25, and Ian ends up raising to $75. He's a very active player, by the way, that's been killing me all night. I ended up calling with the nut flush draw and the open ender. I could think about re-raising, but I called. The turn was an 8, giving me the straight, and I decided to check, thinking that he'd probably bet again, being pretty active. So I checked. He bet, and I went ahead and went for the check raise here. So kind of unorthodox in PLO, but he's pretty active. He likes to bet a lot, so he checks. The river comes in a diamond, giving me the nut flush, and I turn around and I say, okay, put her in. He calls me, and it turns out he was betting the whole way with
I won one
the
versus him.
second nut flush draw and a pair. So basically, he hit the second nuts on the river, which was good for me, and finally got one on him. He's been clobbering me all night, and this is one I got, but he ended up winning in the end, getting really lucky on me in a couple. He had a 3-outer on me, and he hit a 5-outer on me for big pots, and I called it a night after that. But this is one of the few that I actually got him on. So